Where should I look? You?
Camera.
At the camera. At the
Or
camera.
you can look at me. I don't
Where's everyone else looking?
you probably.
No. I mean,
no,
where's
they're looking.
everyone else is talking to the camera?
So could you introduce yourself, your name and what you do right now?
My name is Michael Keferl, and I run a company called Sea Scout Japan, which is part of a global trend and market research agency. We help companies innovate internally and discover new ideas.
So the first question, why did you attend this startup weekend? What is your expectations?
Right. I came this weekend mostly because I know Johnny, who's organizing it, and I have a lot of ideas, but in my work time, I have enough trouble trying to make things happen quickly and getting programmers and designers and everyone together at the same time. It's really impossible for me. And so everything takes a long time. So the idea that we can take an idea and make it happen really quickly and actually get something just done is really appealing to me. I'd like to do that in my normal work life. So that's the most exciting part. Plus I've had, go ahead. Sorry.
The second question is, could you tell us a little bit about your working style, current working style, and your ideal working style?
My working style changed a lot when I was living by myself. I would basically work 24 hours a day, basically. I mean, I'm running the company with my business partner. I was working all the time, and then I got married, and you have a different sense of where your time goes. You have to come home for dinner and do things like this to keep things happy. So my work style has changed a lot, and honestly, I haven't actually found a good working style in my own opinion, because I'm a night person. I get much more accomplished at night when it's dark, and I'm forced now to work during the day, which I don't like doing. And so I don't know. Basically, I get up and I ride my bike to work, and then I feel like it's kind of Japanese style in that I don't get much done during the work hours, and then I try to finish everything really quickly in the overtime hours before I go home, which is really bad. So plus we have offices in different countries, so basically we're open 24 hours a day, so there's always phone calls. My working style is terrible, actually. Now that I think about it, it's not consistent.
Okay, so maybe it's something to do with the answer you gave me just now, but what is the biggest hurdle to achieve that ideal style, working style?
I think getting the right amount of sleep for me is a problem, and that's very difficult because I take so many phone calls and things at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Last night it was 3 a.m. and I was on Skype with New York, and so it's impossible. And I had to get up today at 8 o'clock. So for me, it's being kind of international that really screws me up, because I can't have the same hours all the time. It's completely inconsistent. So yeah, it's the international part of it for me.
Okay, so in order to just now you talked about how the time differences are kind of difficult to kind of cope with. But I mean, is there any way any changes that could help you to achieve getting ideal working style, in terms for example personal or social or technologically that might help you to to get what you want?
That's difficult. I really don't know. I thought that a lot of services and technology, things like Evernote and stuff where we could easily share information with one another would make my life easier. But in the end, it's really just about the rotation of the Earth and where the sun is, and we can't fix that. So I'm trying to have a normal life, in the daytime, and then have my family life in the evening, and there's only 24 hours in a day and only so many hours of daylight, and so it's I think I can only help myself. Actually, it's about personal time management.
Who is your role model in terms of like, okay, who do you think achieves that, like, that kind of, like, ideal working style, like, whoever in the similar condition?
But the thing is, I don't know how other people work. I just see what other people's output is. So maybe people say like, oh, I like the way Steve Jobs works, for example. But I don't know how Steve Jobs works. I don't know what he does when he gets up. What does he eat for breakfast? When does he exercise? Does he do it in the morning or in the evening? I don't know what he does. Does he take a power nap? I take naps. So I encourage naps, and for my staff also. We have a hammock out on the balcony, and in the middle of the day, you go outside, take a nap. It's good. I like naps. I usually just put my head down at the desk and go to sleep. It's kind of embarrassing when someone comes in, but I'm asleep. So I don't know how other people work, so I'd be curious to know how does Steve Jobs, what's his day like, actually? And even like people like Joy Ito, for example, I see his tweets like 24 hours a day, and I'm like, what is his day like? So, I don't know. What do other people do?
He was dozing off last time I met him.
That's the Japanese part of it. That's the Japanese part where you just fall asleep in a meeting, and it's totally acceptable. But I don't know. What do other people do? Maybe is there has anyone interviewed Steve Jobs on what his day is like?
Maybe we could take it on Google.
I'm curious. I've never read anything. What does Richard Branson do every day? I think guys like that don't even drink that much coffee probably, and don't drink that like Red Bull, or they already have like a pace that they don't need energy drinks, where I end up drinking energy drinks because I managed my time poorly, and now it's 2 a.m. and I have to stay awake all night to finish something. So it's about a rhythm, which I don't have yet. So
I think you kind of answered it already, but if you have a chance, who would you like to ask these questions to? You already did.
Everyone, actually. Anyone, and I'm sure if you ask those guys, they also aren't satisfied with their time management. So maybe if you ask those guys, I don't know. So I'm assuming that they wouldn't be satisfied with the way they handle their time either. So just anyone who, if you find me someone who is happy with the way they manage their time, probably they're not producing enough. So I don't know. I need a secretary. I don't have a secretary.
That's what you need.
I do. I need a secretary, basically. I had a really awesome intern for a while who was kind of like a secretary, and that was good.
What happened to that?
He went back to school.
Oh. All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know.